Good morning, everyone. It's such a beautiful day. I feel so privileged and I feel so good today because I just spent, a weekend with the girls in Agora and we really had such a fantastic time together. And as we made things happen at the Agora International AGM in the park. It was just so amazing. It was amazing to meet over 300 girls, over 45, and the young ones from Lady Circle supporting us. It was just such a fantastic time. So today is Tuesday. I would like to welcome you to Free Mentorship Academy call. And I'm so excited to speak about this topic of today. But before we do that, we are an amazing team. I just want to let you in of what we've been able to do over the last 5 years. We've been coming on this platform every day. And I mean every day, unless there's a holiday or unless there's something that is happening or just unless there's things that really we are not sure of that holiday, then we give it a break. And then also just in December, we give it 1 month of break. But we do come here every single day, Monday to Friday. So Monday, we've got Rev Water. On Tuesday, it's yours truly with different spokes of the wheel of life. And this is just from the things that are happening around me, because mindset change is just about the things that we do on a daily basis and how we do them. Then on Wednesday, it is we give it up to Sampa with mompreneurs. And now we are saying mompreneurs goes business. They have gone into business and they want to structure, something so that we can feature them. We can do, business showers for them. Life has changed. We have to change with it. And this is why I am so big on mindset change, because every single day things are changing. We have to be innovative. We have to find things that are working for us. And we just have to do things the way we need to do them. And so this is why we are, Sampa is riding on the shoulders of the giants, where she's come up with just featuring mompreneurs. And this Friday, 3rd of October, we are launching her out. We are launching her out because she's ready to go out there. But what does she have? She simply just have her mind, her innovation, and the things that she knows, compliance and just making compliance, easy for all of us and making it happen in the insurance circles. How we must also change mindset and love insurance, because if we don't insure our things, we don't insure our lives, we don't save, sustainably, then life becomes challenging. And on Thursday, we've got Dr. Nelly, and Fridays, we've got our health tips with New Image, where we have Vinesh coming on these Fridays. So our spoke of life today touches on family and home, and also links beautifully to the social and cultural spoke of the wheel of life. Family and home is just your nuclear family, your surroundings, your communities, and those people that you network with. The networking partners are all in the family and home spoke of the wheel of life. While social and cultural is the social is what networks are you belonging in? Like I was telling you, I was in South Africa in the game park, where we really had fantastic time with my networks, which is Agora Club International, where Agora Club Zambia, which I was founder president of, was having its annual general meeting and reviewing the year and looking for the year ahead. And the cultural part is what links this topic of today to what it is that I am talking about. And what it is that I'm talking about is really, the things that are close to my heart. So the cultural part is the values. What values are you instilling in your family? What values are you instilling in your organization? What values do people associate you with? So the values are those things that you are going to be remembered for. And this is why today's topic is linked with family and home, and also social and cultural. So, and our theme, I chose a theme which is talking about the things we do take for granted. The things we take for granted. What are these things that we do take for granted? They are many. Um, Now, when we hear that phrase, our minds might run to big things: health, relationships, even opportunities. But today, I want us to zoom in on the small, simple, everyday lessons of life. Simple, everyday lessons of life. Because often it is those little things that shape character, build resilience, and preserve culture. And this is exactly what I am talking about today. What are these things that make us, have exactly the things that we want to, to undertake? And these, for me, is so close to my heart. And I just want to let you in the story of my grandson, the experience that I had, with him. I left 2 days because I was where he goes to school, and I said, let me drop off and see how best I can be able to manage, these things that we have. And so I stood out and I went to see him. Um, it was a joy. It was a joy to spend, 2 days with my grandson. It was indeed a very big joy. He is a well-behaved and he's well-behaved, and he's a talented young man. He actually plays lots of games. Football is number one. Then he's playing a basketball, and he's doing all these all games. I can say all games. He's the video games. He's when he's on his console, it's like, oh wow, things are not going to happen. Things are really happening in his life. So he is such a young man. You just want to be in his space because he knows what he wants. He believes that he can be the person that is doing everything that you need as a child. So, but here is what amazed me. This intelligent, promising young man had no idea of how to clean. He says, "Oh, grandma, when you come, there's some things that I want you to show me. Like what do you use to clean the stove? What do you need to clean the mirror? The mirror has been there. It had all those, when you're brushing your teeth, when there's steam, when there's dust, everything comes on the mirror, and he couldn't see properly. How do you scrub the shower room? And you can imagine his favorite food is in shima. He loves it so much. But he thought it actually, when making it, you had to put everything in there at the same time, and probably even add some sugar and salt for taste. Just imagine that. He had no clue how it was cooked. But he's been eating it. He's been watching people do these things. So people actually watch you do things. It's like the way when you are seeing someone driving, you actually think that you can drive, but then they give you the car to drive, you can't. So, and then I think this is what young people see. They visualize things and they just look at things the way we do them. So we rolled up our sleeves. We actually, I had to take him to my nephew's house where we could get a big pot, and we could get all these gadgets that we needed for insurance, because it meant that we have to buy mini meal, but he is already set up. So we rolled up our sleeves and went cooking. So we cooked shima together. We cooked the small pot when he's alone. We cooked the big pot when he's got people, or when people come home and he needs to cook big shima. So we actually not just saying this you can cook in a small pot. We literally cooked 2 pots of shima. And the beauty of it is, when we cooked the big pot of shima, I told him a secret that when I was visiting your aunties or your parents, and especially in Australia, I would go and cook in shima for even 30 days and just stack them in the portion and stack them in the deep freezer. and you actually just push out from the from the container, which is microwavable, and just put it in the microwave for 10 minutes, and it's you have got a whole nice shima cooking. So we did that, and it was so amazing. Like the day I was leaving, he actually had shima from the freezer put in the microwave. So we cooked the shima together. We cut vegetables. He really did cut his vegetables for the very first time with his own hands, like cutting vegetables. And it was like, so I was even like scared. You have to hold, the knife. You have to hold the knife properly, because, kitchen knives are very sharp. And he was like, wow. So he was cutting, and I took videos of all these things. I hope one day I would be able to show you that, just how amazing that was. So he cut the vegetables, he cut the onions, he cut the tomatoes to prepare. I told him how to prepare before you start cooking. The onion must be cut, the tomatoes must be cut. You must have oil on your side. You must have salt on your side. All the things that you're going to use, I showed him. Even when cooking the chicken, I showed him how to cut, how to defrost. These are the things that we really take for granted, that you can just take food from the freezer and start cooking it. You have to defrost, you have to cut it, it was just so amazing. So vegetables, so we did the vegetables, the chicken, and the shima. So he's actually stirred the pot. He helped wash up. In fact, before I told him, before you actually start cooking, if there are, dirty dishes in the sink, you cannot start cooking. So first you have to clean the kitchen, clean the surroundings, wipe them and pack them away. Then you start your new day with clean things. And even when going to bed, after you have eaten, you cannot leave, plates in the sink. So all those things were like, okay. But because he already is very clean, he knows how clean is. He just didn't know how to do the nitty-gritties of life, because, every day things are done for them. They don't even know how hectic it is in the kitchen. So I was saying, so when you come in, you're looking for food, it means someone must have had cooked it. So and so by the end of it, he had a new respect. He said, "Grandma, oh my goodness, I now appreciate the cook. I appreciate the maid. I appreciate mom and dad who know how to do all these things. How come me, I didn't know?" So I just said, you did not pay attention. And this is, the thing, what I am saying, to parents, grandparents, that, this really, that comment opened my eyes. I thought so much about it. So much is taken for granted. And, I really, really wish that we would take time, like the way we, like when they come for holidays, when they're coming for parties, and everybody's busy, everybody. So we really don't take enough time, to actually see that these people know what it is that they need to do. So as we reflect, I want you to reflect, and let's pause here. Where, if this is happening in my home with my grandson, and why I take interest is because I love them. I love them so much. I want them to be responsible citizens, out there, even when, we are not there, when we are long gone. They should be able to say, this for us, we did this. I know how to do, with confidence, and if it's happening to my grandson, it is happening, in so many homes today. And for me, it is something that I want to share with you this morning. I just want to say this. Don't think that, by preventing children from doing things, oh, you're going to cut, don't play with a knife. No, don't do this. You're going to damage this. Let's show them, and why something is going to be damaged. Why, and I think this is probably why he did not know how to cut, because we always thought that that the children, it's dangerous for the children to hold a knife, but teach them how to hold that knife. So our grandchildren, our children and grandchildren are growing up in a world where life is easier, life is faster, and often outsourced. We outsource these things from our maids, from the people you're entertaining. You just order these things. You hire somebody to come and help you do. So these things are often outsourced. We have helpers. We have gadgets. We have deliveries, apps. Like he was telling me, oh no, grandma here in South Africa, I can get, everything from salt to what. They don't even know when you go into a shop, they don't know what aisle to go in because everything is on the app. Life made easy. Everything is on the app. You go to the supermarket, the vegetables are cut for you. So I was showing him cut out. We need to actually find time to do these things. We have to. But with this convenience, something is slipping away. The normal life skills that often, form the backbone of responsibility and appreciation. I remember now, when we were playing with mud when we were young, we were playing with mud. You are making things, you're making dolls, you're making pots, you're making things from anything was delivering motor skills. We were delivering motor skills. And I remember when we took our grandchildren for test one time, where they didn't know how to grasp the pen. It's also, you have to develop this, and by you cutting small pieces. So they said, go and cut small pieces of paper, give them scissors to cut things. That is how you're developing motor skills. And I said, wow. And when a child touches the scissors, oh, bring the scissors here, you're going to cut yourself. We must let them discover things. We must let them discover these things. We have to let them discover everything that we want, the children to do. They must discover, they must do it. When they cut themselves, yes, you can take them to the hospital to get tetanus. It's a lesson. Then they know that this cuts. But we should not just prevent them from doing things. We are really disadvantaging them. So when children don't know how food is cooked, how clothes are washed, how a home is cleaned, they may grow up believing these things just happen. And if something just happens, you don't value it. This is exactly what it is. When something is happening, you don't value it. Just like, there was one time I've got this thing of bringing up recipes and, weight management, recipes, and I would go give, other people free of charge to actually try the recipe. And guess what? People were not using the recipe. When I said, for you to get the recipe, you have to give me 100 kwacha. When they gave me that 100 kwacha, they used the recipes. Why? It had value. So we must create value in whatever that we are doing. If you don't, if there's no value that is placed in it, you don't value it. And that, my friend, is how entitlement is born. When you are able to do everything for someone, you are offering everything for free, or you don't mind them. You are the one, oh no, the children, they are playing. Let me very quickly, prepare food for them so that they can call them. Let's cook. Like what we do in Mindset Change, we actually emphasize. Go and eat with family on the table. But what are you eating? You are eating food that has been cooked. Who has cooked it? The helper. So maybe you take one Sunday where you are actually practicing, this. And I'm saying this, I hope my kids are listening to me. Now this is mandatory. We used to do Sundays and leisure pizza. Now Sundays we are going to be cooking together. We are going to be finding recipes and cooking together. Sundays we must get together and cook. Cook meals, eat meals, wash up. Sunday, no helpers. We come together and do these things. A helper can, do the big things or can look after, what we are doing. But let's make this Sunday if it can't happen every Sunday, I know there are people like Big Sister, Antodri. They do cooking every Sunday. They're eating together, grandchildren and the kids. So it is just amazing. And I hope someone. This is free mentorship academy. It's free, but it is not free because we pay for this platform, and we also pay, for bundles. We pay for everything that we need for us to bring this. So there's nothing for free. Invest. There are some people who say, Sylvia, also Dr. Sunshine. She wants us to be waking up in the morning to listen. You wake up and listen. You will be doing yourself a very big favor. And this is what it is, my friends. Let's not let entitlement be born in our faces. So family and home spoke of the wheel of life is not just about relationships. It's about the values and practices we pass on in the home. Home is the first school, and parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, we are the first teachers. If we fail to teach life basics, the world outside will not. The world outside will teach shortcuts, dependency, and sometimes ingratitude. People do not appreciate. Like what we were saying, that now when you go and say, I want a pizza, and they tell you, oh, the pizza is going to take 15 minutes. And then they take an extra 5 minutes. We even get upset. He even says, I will never get upset because I know that they are cutting. I know that they are preparing. And this is what he will now appreciate more than what it is. And he is so proud, that he actually knows. So simple chores like cooking, cleaning, gardening, or taking care of siblings are not just tasks. They are lessons in responsibility, in patience, in teamwork, and respect. And this is why sometimes you've got an organization and you're saying that you're going for team building. If you haven't built your team at home, team building will fail in the institution because you just need to gel. You just need to know what are these roles that other people are doing, and my role is this. Be that missing, piece of the puzzle that will stick everything together. If you cannot coordinate in your own home, it is difficult to coordinate with the outside world. So when a child learns to cook, they learn patience and precision. When they wash dishes, they learn that their actions affect others because someone else will need a clean plate. These things of like what people confess even when they do the mindset change under family and home, where now they've got the dining, but they don't use it. Some, they use the dining as the office, so they don't use it for coming together. And when it's dinner time, everyone goes on the sofa eating. And this is even how you develop stomach cramps. This is how you develop, indigestion. It's because the person who made the dining chair was not stupid. A dining chair makes you sit upright so that your food can enter nice. Now you go and put your legs on the sofa and you're eating. It's the wrong way of eating. So these things also just come out of practice. If you're not practicing the way you eat at home, you're not going to, this is what you actually enter into the homes. Like we've got young, families where they did not experience eating together in their parents' home or in their guardian's home. What do you think they're going to do when they go to their homes? They'll carry that. Together. And that's one thing that even Stephen once at the third was talking about. Grandma, I miss a chair, so we had to look for a chair. Because he's in an apartment, and luckily the uncle sent him a table, and he also gave him a chair. Says, "Oh, now I can sit nicely eating." I was sitting, on the bed to eat, and I said, "Oh wow, things we take for granted, things we said, oh, so those things that you were talking about." Fortunately, he did the mindset change program. Way before he went there. So he knows how to align, he knows what it is that he needs to be doing. He just didn't know now the actual things out of the home. So these lessons form the bedrock of character. We say in mindset change that the three things that prevent us from learning is upbringing. Upbringing is what happened this weekend. Upbringing, he's been brought up nicely in a good home, but he did not have hands-on in the things that that he has. So upbringing, we start creating our upbringing now. So if probably just said, oh no, he's fine, he's got an apartment and it's near the school and what, I was not going to know about this. So I took interest. What did I do? I took interest. Let me go and see just how he is living, because I saw from the way that we brought up our children, even when they are going to school, I wanted to know where they are going to school, and I also wanted to know how they were living, just in case you don't know where your child is, and they develop these characters that are not desirable. So I really made sure. So it has been said, okay, my children haven't gone, but yes, they pay rent, they pay school fees, but I had an opportunity. I had a choice to just go to talk to him on the phone, but there was something that was in my heart that I needed to be there. So, and how does it link social and cultural spoke of the wheel of life? Now, let's connect this to the social and cultural spoke of the wheel of life. Cooking in Shima is not just a task. It is a culture. We've got a culture of eating Shima. So that culture has a base. Cleaning the home is not just a duty. It's part of our way of life, our values of order and pride. Order can kill me. I love order. I love orderly things. Even when you send a flyer, what is the order that it is having? When people receive this, what are they going to think? So you have to think yourself in what people will when they receive something, how are they going to look at it? So values and order makes you very, very proud of yourself. When our children don't know how to prepare traditional meals or manage a home, we risk losing pieces of our culture. Food is a culture. Chores are our culture. Rites of passage, habits, manners, they are all culture. By involving children in everyday life, we are not just teaching, chores. We are preserving our identity. Me, I love identity. I love it. I love to be identified with cleanliness, with being on time, with the things that we do. And I've learned, even from while teaching, I also learned that you also must have patience. So these are some of the things that we need to be doing. So what is it? What is the call to action for today? The call of action for today that I can really share with you is teach your children, teach your grandchildren. Don't assume they will learn by watching. They will learn by watching. They will learn by watching. Teach them. Teach them, what you want, to learn. Don't assume helpers will pass it on. Helpers, they've got their own upbringing. They've got their own upbringing. So you really have to be careful. Start small. Let them wash dishes. Let them sweep. Let them cut vegetables. Let them help in the cooking. Let them be there. Let them polish their own shoes. Let them fix their bed. Even if they fix it, badly, at least they would have fixed it. Then, this is actually what I say even with my children, my grandchildren, when they were growing up, and my grandchildren, I say, make sure that you are making your bed. Then I'll come and then the workers will come and stretch them. Make sure that you're washing your own underwear. Make sure you know how to brush teeth. Make sure that your toothbrush is also washed. When you wash it, when you brush your teeth, also don't just you brush and take time to actually brush, wash the toothbrush, and make sure that after 6 months you have changed it. And I like giving, buying people toothbrushes, so that they can be able to change. Those are just things that, we are talking about. So start small. Let them wash all these things, fix their beds. These simple acts prepare them for life. They teach appreciation. They cultivate gratitude. People are not grateful because they don't know the hardship of, food being placed on the table. And sometimes you even, they may say, no, I'm calling friends over. I'm calling friends over. Just do some snacks. Snacks are even more difficult than a meal. If you have to make snacks, you even have to stay there longer time than you just preparing a warm meal. So snacks are even expensive to put on the table. So make sure that you're just making things happen the way they're supposed to to happen in your own home. Once you do these things, you are preserving culture. Because when children know how things are done, they respect those who do them. And they'll even have respect for workers. Respect. That is a job. Maids, you can't do away with the maids without the way life is. But respect them, because that is their space. So in closing, friends, I left my 2 days with my grandson with such joy, not only because I had fun with him, but because I saw the spark of learning come alive in him. It was just so amazing. What was ordinary for me became extraordinary for him. And so I leave you with this thought. The things we take for granted today may be the very things our children need most tomorrow. Let us not lose them. Let us pass them on intentionally, joyfully, and consistently. And this is the same also with the business. Why this Friday, the 3rd of October, we are doing a business shower? It's because even in business, you don't know everything. You don't know what to expect. You come in the office, you don't know what to do next. How are you doing, these things? It's because you have learned. So even in business showers that we are doing. In fact, this is just the beginning. Because charity begins at home. We have to test, the program of the business shower. And testing, you have to test it with the people that are in your space, and with the people that have done, what is expected of them before you can actually send them out. And it's not just because it is, a continuous business. Businesses fail, and when they fail, if you fall forward on your face and you don't want to do it, then it's a big deal. So even if your business has failed, even if you are starting, so it is just not just for young people. It is for young people. It is for everyone who is venturing into entrepreneurship. So if you're out there and want to start a business, and you have got something that is really, really, you know what to do, next. And this is exactly what you want to do it, but you do not have all the resources that you need. Those are the people that we are inviting, to join into making sure that they do the mindset change, they do entrepreneurship, and they launch out their business. So we are here to help. Sampa is just going to be the first one because she's done amazing things, and what she's doing just so amazing. Compliance, we all fear to be compliant. But she is a friend of ZRA, she's a friend of NAPSA, she's a friend of NEMA, she's a friend of workers' compensation. All these things that we struggle with, she's got the solution under Digi Business Zambia. So on Friday, let's join together and let's make it, be one of the things that we should be proud of. And if you've got young people out there and you take them for granted that they will know how to cook shima, we are starting. In fact, I'm doing a small concept note just to go out there and teach the things that we are missing. And we've got, you can bring them, we can do boot camps for your children, so that we can teach them how to know basic things, because parents now, they don't have time. For me, this is my retirement package. I just want to give sustainably, that we can be able to support, the people that we need to support. But the entry point, I don't even want to talk to anyone before we can shift them to, I can't do this. Oh, it's not for me. I was not made for that. I want us to take away the tea and throw it away. Can't. You just take the tea and throw it away, and you remain can. You can, I can, and together we can. And so this is what I had for you today with the experience that I had with my grandson. And I hope it has spoken to somebody out there, and let's do it together. I am ready when you are ready. When they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will arrive. And here is the teacher. I thank you for joining me today. Thank you so much. Look forward to tomorrow's Mompreneurs, and the day carries on.